A very good morning to all my dear friends. I am Prashant Mavani. I hope you all are doing good. Today is 4th December 2020. Day is Friday. And dear friends, if you are preparing for UPSC Prelims 2021, then we have launched a test series. You will get 40 tests in it. At present, 50% discount is available till 14th December 2020. To find out more about this test series, visit testiq.in. You can join my Telegram channel to download the PDF of all my lectures. You can follow me on Facebook as well. Dear friends, if you believe that you have learned something from today's discussion, then please don't forget to hit the like button. Do share this lecture as well as the PDF with other students, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, the first article is about Corona warriors, one of the most important Corona warriors in our country. I'm talking about police personnel. This article is written by Retired Inspector General of Police, CRPF. You'll find this article in today's Hindu newspaper. This article starts with this, this Corona warrior, late Amit Kumar. He was 32-year-old constable of Delhi Police, and he died. Unfortunately, he died after several hospitals refused to admit him. This is very, very horrid. I still remember his face. I still remember this news. The first police personnel to get COVID-19 in Delhi, and no hospital was ready to take him. So that's very sad, and it's very sad because you can imagine if a police personnel, a person who is wearing a uniform, if you are not allowing that person, if you are not admitting that person, then you can imagine the situation of other people. I would like to also add here that just like medical staff, right, police personnel played a very, very important role in fighting against COVID-19. One more thing that I would like to add here is that generally a police job is such a job that they don't get appreciation. If they do good work, then no one will say thank you to them, or very few people, they do share this gratitude with them. But if they do something bad, then everyone is ready to hit them hard. So it's a very difficult job. It's not that easy to wear a uniform. Of the 6,405 personnel of Delhi Police who had tested positive for the infection until 14th November, 23 had succumbed. 23 police personnel died because of COVID-19. One more thing that I want you guys to understand is that, let's say if you have 15,000 total personnel, right, the Delhi Police Force. I'm just giving you a rough example. I'm not sure about the exact figure. If you have 20,000 or 30,000 maybe, right? After that, if 6,405 personnel are COVID positive, then of course they are not going to come to the office and police station to work. So this is more workload on those people. Like in a police station, if you have strength of 10 policemen, and out of that 2 policemen, if they are COVID-19 infected, then the other 8 will have to do the duty or work of that 2 personnel as well. So more workload. This other thing, just imagine the psychological stress on these people. Their family members will also say this thing to them that, and they are saying this thing out of love, of course, that why don't you leave this job and start something else? Why to take risk for people, right? They don't care about you. No one will care about you if something happens to you. In this psychological pressure as well, this police personnel, they have performed their duties. And this is something very brave of them. So thank you very much to all those police. If you are coming from a police family, then I personally thank you. For allowing your father or mother or brother or sister to go out and do their duty, to providing that support to your family member, whoever is in police force. You provided that moral support, you provided that strength. So thank you, and thank you to your thanks to all police personnel right out there. In April, September, in Sub-Inspector Ikram Hussain of the Central Reserve Police Force breathed his last in New Delhi after testing positive for COVID-19. And there are, in other states, we have more figures, like in Punjab. Remember this bad, very horrific, very horrid incident that this Nihang Sikh, he comes out from his car and he chops the hand of one ASI, that is Assistant Sub-Inspector Harjeet Singh. Harjeet Singh was lucky enough, and I'm sure people prayed for that this ASI, that fortunately timely medical intervention helped the surgeons restore his hand. His hand was literally chopped by this guy. What he was doing there, what Harjeet Singh was doing his duty. The very nature of their duties, including during the lockdown, warrants their interaction with the general public, and they were, in a high risk of getting infected by the virus, and many have died as well. 1.5 lakh police and Central Armed Police Forces personnel were tested positive. After that, 900 lost their lives. In Karnataka, 31 police personnel lost their lives. In Assam, 23. Andhra Pradesh, 100 plus. In other states, Uttar Pradesh, you find 7 deaths. And in Goa as well, even DG was infected with COVID-19. So it's, you don't get that much paid. There are no fixed hours of your work. You work in a very risky environment. You don't get that much support from people. But then as well, you're doing your best. And that is the most... best thing that we can say about Indian police and their training as well as their morale. So, very interesting article. I'm really touched. And this article suggests that the central government could recognize their services by instituting medal to signify efforts of many in combating the virus. This is something that seriously, central government as well as state governments, they should think about it. Medal on their chest will boost their morale. The other good thing is that many states, they have paid reasonably good amount of compensation. Compensation will not bring back that person, but at least it's a way of saying thank you. It's a way of showing that that support. It's by compensating the next of kin. What we do is we as a country, as a state, we tell them, we convey them that yes, we know that you have lost a very important person and the country has lost a very important person, but here is this money that will make your life bit easier. This money will make your life bit easier. And what government can do is government can also think about providing jobs for the children of these policemen who have lost their lives fighting COVID-19. So that's everything in this first article, dear friends. I'm really touched. Now, second article is about Iran challenge. Now, I would like to add one more thing here. Today we have one article on this Iran and USA relationship. Then we have one article on COVID-19 and school. And one more article I have, the third one is about these farm laws. So I'm sure you have basic knowledge about all these three topics. And the reason why I'm discussing this is because we have some add-ons to talk about. But I want you guys to pay attention to this thing that, see, once you have background knowledge of a particular topic, current issue, or maybe your static subject like geography, history, etc. Once you have that basic knowledge, it becomes very easy, isn't it? So all those regular students, right, if you are following this lecture from last few weeks maybe, then we have talked about this USA and Iran's relationship. You have talked about twice or thrice on this particular topic itself. So when you find today, once you are clear about that thing, once you know basic things about the background and everything about this Iran and USA relationship, it becomes very easy for you to go through articles like this. So this is just one example, and this is how you need to prepare. I would like to add also one more thing, that if you have just started preparing for a competitive exam, let's say if you have just started preparing for UPSC, so there is no fixed months or dates like that in 6 months time you will finish this, or in 3 months time you will be reach here. It all depends on your hard work. It all depends on your capacity. It all depends on your pre-existing knowledge. So let's say first 6 months are going to be challenging. I'm not saying difficult. I'm not using the word difficult, because if you are interested in something, then that cannot be difficult. It'll be challenging. You'll be struggling. Yes, so that's fine. That's very natural. But difficult is, I think, word that is used by a weak attitude. I won't say that it is difficult. I would say it is, yes, a little bit challenging, but it's fine, right? We love challenges. So first 6 months, if I were you, then I would not care about my speed, right? A small baby cannot, first of all, a baby have to learn how to balance, and then take baby steps, and then later on you can think about beating Usain Bolt. But you have just started, and then you imagine that you will beat Usain Bolt, then that is childish, isn't it? So first 6 months, don't care about your speed, right? Focus on your base. Make sure that your basic knowledge is as strong as possible, and then later on, once time will come when you will reach there. Then at that point of time, you will feel that everything is moving, with a good pace. So this is a good example. This Iran challenge, that you know basic things about it. Now it's going to be very easy for me as well to explain, and for you as well to understand things. Now, Joe Biden, he was vice president for 8 years under this Barack Obama's administration. And at that point of time, US-Iran relationship were moving in right direction. I won't say that the relationship were perfect, but I would definitely say that the relationship was moving in right direction, because JCPOA was signed in 2015. The other interesting thing is that USA and Iran, though arch rivals, they were cooperating with each other in this fight against ISIS. Can you believe it? On one side, these two countries, they are arch rivals. They are, they are proper arch rival. But on this area of ISIS, Iraq and Syria, they were fighting Islamic State. This was possible because both sides were cooperating with each other. So this is very positive. This was a very positive side, of course. Then Mr. Trump came in, and you know what happened after that. Now, when Mr. Biden would assume the presidency on 20th January, one of his most pressing early diplomatic challenges would be Iran. Recently, what happened in Iran, you know it very well, that Israel attacked and Israel assassinated a very important nuclear scientist, and chances are that Iran will take a revenge. If Iran takes a revenge, then it's going to be very difficult for Mr. Biden to ignore that thing. Now, Mr. Biden has indicated that he is ready to bring back USA under this JCPOA. But he has also said directly, indirectly, that he may want amendments to this original JCPOA or Iran nuclear deal. So what sort of amendments he would like to see, or he would like, he would request, or he would order, not sure about it yet. But we have to keep this thing in mind, that for long term, it is very, very important that we create a win-win situation. Because when the Trump administration exerted maximum pressure on Iran, Iran came up with maximum resistance. And lastly, I would say that USA should control countries like Israel as well as Saudi. Right? They are like, particularly Israel is very aggressive, and Mossad is very aggressive. They have their own mission. If they have something to hit on, then they will. They will not wait for anyone. So they are independent in that way. But USA is the only country, I believe, that can stop Israel. So Mr. Biden should, persuade Israel that don't conduct this sort of things for now. Let us take, complete control, and let us, sort out this JCPOA. And I think if Mr. Biden will request some amendments, then it will be based on the inputs coming from Saudi Arabia and Israel, because Israel is not happy at all with this JCPOA. So let's wait and watch, but today's discussion will help you in future. After 20th January, we may see some articles on this Iran nuclear deal and Iran-USA relationship. So at that point of time, these discussions will help you. Keep these things in your mind. Keep on revising this stuff time to time. Late but welcome. This one is about manipulated media symbol, or a tag that was attached by Twitter for the first time in our country on a tweet that was tweeted by BJP's IT cell head Amit Malviya. Now, this is the first time, as I told you, right, Twitter has done something like this. And this year, particularly in the light of the high costs of misinformation in the first of the pandemic and then the US election, Twitter has been introducing new labels and warning messages to provide context for some of the tweets that contain disputed or misleading information. During pandemic as well, many people, they shared, fake videos and fake messages and so many things. There's fake information about COVID-19, that COVID-19 acts like this and that, and so many things were going on. But not all of them were peer-reviewed. Not all the information that was, making rounds at that point of time. It was not legit or coming from a proper reference. Unfortunately, we are living in an era where fake news, misinformation spreads much faster on social media. I don't understand. I'm sure people are doing research on this thing. I have read somewhere that we have a huge amount of data available as well. But still, research is going on. Why people indulge in this sort of fake news, misinformation? Why people like to see this sort of things? Research is going on this thing. But it's very scary. You see, it may look to us, that this is going somewhere else. It is not happening with my life. But we have also believed so many things that were making rounds on these social networking sites as well as WhatsApp and other apps. So many information about COVID-19, and then some communities, they are spreading, videos were forwarded by so many people that this particular community is trying to spread COVID-19 and things. So all these things are very dangerous. The reason is that no one is taking responsibility of that thing, and the person who is watching that video will believe that that is right. And see, I know so many people, right, they do ask that, do you think that this is right? Do you think that this is right? They have this question, but if there is no one to tell them that, no, this is wrong, then they will believe that this is right, because we believe this thing, that whatever is written somewhere, if it is documented, then that is considered right. There is this background understanding, but that is not always right. Public health and social harmony are foremost areas in which the world has seen fakery wreak havoc. And this is a good stand taken by Twitter, and I believe other social networking sites and WhatsApp and other platforms as well, they will take this responsibility, because you cannot just say that you are providing just a platform. If it is on your platform, if someone is writing some bad things on your platform, if someone is writing things or sharing videos or things that will create havoc in society, that can create cracks between two community, then you should take responsibility for that thing. retweeting manipulated media, just like mindlessly forwarding suspect WhatsApp messages and Facebook posts, can be bad enough. And the key to success of this Twitter policy will be even-handedness across the ideological spectrum. So whether it is ruling party or opposition, whether it is north or south, right or left, right, it doesn't matter. Twitter, as well as other social networking sites, as well as apps, they should behave, their policy should be impartial, unbiased. That is the only thing that we need, and that will succeed. That's the only thing that will succeed. Moving on. And one more point, of course, we cannot miss this point. See, all those institutions, if your IT cell head is saying something, it doesn't matter if you are BJP, Congress or any other party, or if you are any company, or if you are a official, if you are speaking for someone else, if you have a big brand logo behind you, then it is the responsibility of that brand as well to keep an eye on the person who is tweeting or sending out this sort of messages. There should be a disciplinary action on all those people who are sending this sort of fake messages or fake things. Institutions or the people or organizations with which they work for, they should take action on this sort of people. This one is about timing in right. Now, this is not that difficult to understand. See, the basic thing is that schools are a bit optimistic about this vaccine, and they are planning to conduct a proper pen and paper public examination in 2021. Now, CBSE, with more than 20,000 schools under its ambit at the secondary level, has weighed enough favor of written mode tests, obviously counting on progress in dealing with the pandemic. It has 1.2 million students registered under it, and other states as well are thinking about conducting exam, or they are planning examination schedule for 2021. But we have to be very careful here. We have to keep this thing in mind that yes, vaccine is going to be a big shield against this COVID-19, but we have to see if we don't follow safety norms after vaccination, then there will be few students or few people, they will get affected by this COVID-19. And written board examination is the only key for us, because in our country we have digital divide. So for that, what we need to do is we need to plan ahead. I think the best thing is we can delay exam. This is my personal opinion, right? I would say that delay exam and take exams when classes are back to normal, and take exams when we have a proper vaccine and things, because safety is the most important thing. So that's my opinion. Moving on to last item of the day, it's about very easy to understand topic for you guys now, because yesterday we talked about this thing, isn't it, that why we are facing this sort of protest. And the one reason is because thorough discussion was not done on this farm laws, and this is one of the reasons why we find farmers are protesting. Now, the biggest worry for farmer is that they believe, or they think, that government will get rid of MSP. And the other matter of concern for farmer is that they believe that this laws will leave them at the mercy of open market. So these big private players will exploit them. So farmers' unions, they want nothing short of a complete withdrawal of the recently enacted Farm Acts. Now, as far as Punjab and Haryana farmers are concerned, they are heavily dependent on public procurement and assured price through MSP, because the total production of rice or paddy production, out of total production, 88% is procured by government, and 70% of wheat is procured by government. See the figures here, right? These are official figures. So we can clearly say that Punjab and Haryana farmers are clearly dependent on MSP. Question is, why other farmers are not protesting? Because if you see Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, right, out of their total rice production, only 44% is procured by public agency. In terms of wheat, the percentage is even lower. government has said that there is nothing regarding MSP that you find in this law. There is no point saying that government is going to get rid of MSP. The other thing is that farmers have to understand that 80 crore beneficiaries are part of NFSA, that is National Food Security Act, and you can add 8 crore migrants as well. So we are talking about 88-90 crore people are beneficiaries of National Food Security Act. So it is very important for the government as well to purchase this grain stock from farmers. In the last 3 years, nearly 40% of total paddy production in the country and 32% of wheat production has been procured by public agencies to supply the PDS. So government also needs MSP. Government also needs this secure uninterrupted supply of grain for NFSA beneficiaries. So farmers have to understand this thing. But I would say I will leave the responsibility on the government to educate farmers and to bring farmers on board. Today we are going to have 4th round of talks in New Delhi as far as this farm laws issue. Prime Minister to chair all-party meet to discuss COVID-19 pandemic and related issues. Polling underway for the 3rd phase of DDC elections in Jammu and Kashmir. RBI to announce its monetary policy review today. Cyclone Burevi crosses Tamil Nadu coast, weakens into deep depression. Prime Minister Modi to deliver keynote address to IIT 2020 Global Summit. PM greets Navy personnel and their families on Navy Day. Directorate of Revenue Intelligence celebrates its 63rd founding day today. COVID-19 recovery rate in country improves 94.20%. Overall, 11,70,000 samples tested for COVID-19 across country in last 24 hours. US imposes visa curbs on members of Chinese Communist Party. Bangladesh cannot forget atrocities committed by Pakistan in 1971, says Prime Minister Hasina. No Dorai and Fagun Have win Bangladesh Best Films Award of 2019. India says Pakistan failed to respond on the core issues in Kulbhushan Jadhav case. And External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar holds virtual conversation with Foreign Minister of Dominican Republic. Where do you find this country, Dominican Republic, right? Is there any particular ocean or sea with which it shares its border? Stick your answer in the comment section. This is your question. And dear friends, if you are preparing for UPSC, then we have a dedicated smart course for it till 14th December. Interesting no-cost EMI offer is also available. Find out more about it on our mobile app. And I will see you soon. Please make sure that you share this lecture with other students. Hit the like button if you learned something from today's discussion. And I'll see you soon with daily financial news analysis. Enjoy your studies. God bless you all. Jai Hind.